Best ability cards for Red Dead Online PvP and PvE in 2020. It's a highly requested video by my viewers, and let's make it even more interesting. There will be top 7 ability cards for PvP and PvE. Let's begin with the best ability cards for PvE. And by the way, PvE means player versus environment, so basically killing animals and NPCs. Okay, and sedating animals as well. Anyway, number 7. Live for the fight. This ability card restores the die bar over time. Restoration rate is pretty slow, and in most cases you will much more effectively restore your die by just killing birds. But if you play as a naturalist or don't want to kill animals for some other reason, Live for the fight is a good choice to restore your die bar. Place number 6. Quite an inspiration. This ability card is decent if you fight in NPCs, especially if you fight in NPCs with your friends, because it's gonna help your whole posse. It works pretty simple. You activate it, it restores your health, and you can do it even in the middle of the fight, because unlike with the other ability card Moment to Recuperate, taking damage doesn't cancel your health regeneration. Place number 5. Slippery Bastard. It's obviously not gonna help you to hunt, but it's a perfect ability card to fight NPCs, because in most cases they just gonna miss you. I remind you that with Slippery Bastard active, shots with the longer or even middle ranges are mostly gonna miss you unless your opponents are using scopes, bows or throwable weapons. And you know what, most of the time NPCs are not using any of those. So on practice they will miss you all the time, while you will hit them all the time if you are using scoped weapon, like Carcana rifle for example. So it sounds like an absolutely overpowered ability card for PvE. Yeah, but there is one problem, it drains the die bar too fast. So you will have to use Unblinking Eye with this ability card and probably drink tonics a lot. And that's the reason why I personally don't use Slippery Bastard in PvE too often, because I go PvE to make money, not to spend money. But I still have to admit it's an extremely strong PvE card. You can do some crazy stuff with it, for example, finishing 5-star Barbarella in solo with only a hammer. Place number 4. Cold-blooded. Each time when you kill enemy, you restore some amount of health over time. And it sounds like a perfect tool for health restoration in PvE, but there's one little problem. Cold-blooded doesn't stack with itself. With each kill, bonus restoration starts again, cancelling the effect from the previous kill. So you'd rather use Strange Medicine if you're killing enemies too fast or your enemies have a lot of health, like for example NPCs on the legendary bounty missions. But still, Cold-blooded is a good PvE card and you can use it with Strange Medicine. They work perfectly fine together and you will have insane health restoration rate. Third place, Eye for an Eye. Killing enemies with a headshot restores some amount of the die. And it sounds perfect for PvE, because whether you're hunting or you're killing NPCs, you want to go for a headshot. It's the most effective way. And with Eye for an Eye you'll restore some die. Oh, it sounds like a poetry. With Eye for an Eye you restore some die. By the way, to make Eye for an Eye even more effective, you can add Gift of Focus to this ability card, and in this case in PvE, even if you're using Painted Black, you will probably never run out of die. Second place, Strange Medicine, because you need to restore health, and with Strange Medicine each time you're doing damage you're restoring some amount of health, like it's a vampiric aura or something. There is a negative effect for Strange Medicine as well, because you have slower health regeneration rate. But who cares about health regeneration anyways, in the middle of the fight it's not gonna help you or do something. Which is kinda interesting, this debuff doesn't apply to other health restoration abilities like Cold-blooded or Quite an Inspiration, and you can use them with Strange Medicine and it's gonna be perfectly fine. First place, and I'm pretty sure that you already know what ability card it's gonna be. It's Painted Black, of course. With this ability card you will kill animals and NPCs with headshots extremely fast and without any effort. Fast and without any effort. Sounds perfect to me.
That's what she said!
And let's not forget that with Painted Black you also get in perfect accuracy while it's active, and it's not gonna be super useful killing NPCs or animals, but you can use it versus legendary animals. Also, let's not forget that Painted Black is the only useful ability card if you sedating animals and playing as a naturalist. Anyway, in my opinion, Painted Black is just #1 choice for any sorts of PvE in Red Dead Online. And now let's talk about best ability cards for PvP, because after all I'm only PvP cat. And yeah, I should have changed that nickname long time ago to something like Only Scientific Cat, or maybe Only Cringe Cat, or even Rasputin Cat. Well, actually I like the last one a lot. I should think about it. But let's move on. Number 7. Here I had tough choice between two ability cards, Iron Lung and Never Without One. If it was top 10 I would include them both, but here I have to choose one, and I decided that it should be Never Without One. And it's a close choice. Both these ability cards have some damage reduction effect and another effect. In case of Iron Lung we faster restoring stamina, and with Never Without One we are protected from headshots. Yeah, it only saves us from shots to the upper half of our head, and on practice it means that we're gonna be saved only in like 20% of the time, but still it's a good effect. And before the Naturalist update I would probably choose Iron Lung, because Never Without One has also some debuff. When you have no head you're getting more damage, and it actually makes it a bad choice for tank builds. But now with the Naturalist update we have this Beaver Garment set, and with it you can re-equip your head in the middle of the fight. By the way, if you wanna know how it works, go check the link in the description. Anyway, now with Beaver Garment set you can use Never Without One in tank builds effectively. That's why I chose this ability card. Place number 6, Peak Condition. More stamina you have, more damage you do, and also it works if you have full stamina. Another bonus from Peak Condition is slower stamina drain rate while you're running. Super useful bonus for PvP Showdown series. Peak Condition is pretty useful in many situations, but the main reason why I use it so much is because with Sharpshooter and Carcana rifle, even with express armor, we are not killing with one shot to the body players with full health. It lacks a little bit damage, and this extra damage we can get from Peak Condition. With this ability card, Sharpshooter and Carcana rifle, we will be just crushing PvP showdowns. Place number 5, Slippery Bastard. Well, it can be super good and extremely useful against, you know, these meta players who just go for a headshots with Lancaster repeater, with double Mausers. You will probably crush them with Slippery Bastard. But unfortunately you will be helpless against scopes, bows, throwables, bolas, and even shotguns on the closer distances, especially with Painted Black. Anyway, it's kinda weird situation with Slippery Bastard. It's extremely strong if you're playing against new players, unexperienced players, or players who only know how to play with this Painted Black go for the headshot strategy. But if you're gonna use it against experienced players, you will probably regret it. Place number 4 is gonna be a surprise for many viewers, because it's Painted Black. Yeah, I know many of you thought that I'm gonna place it higher, but in my opinion in PvP it's not the best ability card. I mean, it's still extremely strong, and especially if you're playing against new players, you just take Painted Black, go for the massive headshots, and you will get a lot of kills. But tank builds are just crushing it at the moment in PvP. And by the way, the main reason why Painted Black is strong in PvP in my opinion is not because you can mark targets, but because you are getting perfect accuracy while it's active. You're gonna use it much more often than actually marking targets, especially in showdowns. I'm pretty sure that you already know what the next 3 ability cards are gonna be, but still gonna tell them to you. 3rd place, Fool Me Once. Each next shot deals less damage to you. Combine this with Slow and Steady and Special Health Cure and you get in tank build. You're almost immortal, but be ready, many people will report you for cheating after you're not gonna die from 10 Lancaster headshots. It's a must-have for tank build, and tank build is super strong in PvP, so it's an obvious 3rd place. 2nd place, Sharpshooter. I love this ability card. You can use it in tank build because it's not only gonna give you extra damage while you're using sniper scopes, but also gonna give you extra protection. But unlike many other ability cards in this list, Sharpshooter suits different playing styles, and if you're going aggressive and you wanna do a lot of damage or simply make one-shot kills with Karkana or Rolling Block Rifle in PvP Showdown series, you still can use this ability card very effectively. But you might argue, wait, what if I'm not using sniper rifles at all? Go learn them, what can I say to you? Go learn how to use sniper rifles, by the way, guide in the description. You just need to know how to fight with sniper rifles if you wanna do PvP in this game. Sniper rifles are just too powerful. And the winner, the best ability card for PvP is... Slow and Steady, I mean, it's obvious. What it does, it gives you protection from the headshots, gives you 10% damage reduction while active, but you're moving slowly. The main reason, in my opinion, why Slow and Steady is so strong at the moment is because tonics are so strong, especially health tonics. But health tonics don't protect you from the headshots, while Slow and Steady does, so if you combine tonics and Slow and Steady, you are getting something almost immortal. Especially with other cards like Fool Me Once and Sharpshooter, so on. By the way, despite the fact that Slow and Steady is extremely strong in PvP, I don't really recommend you to use it in PvE, it's mostly PvP ability card. So now you know my opinion about best 7 ability cards for PvP and PvE in Red Dead Online. Tell me in the comments whether you agree with me or you have some different opinion. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching, до свидания.